Hi everyone, welcome to Pilates 202. So this is an intermediate to advanced Pilates class. Those who are experienced with Pilates, because of the level of the moves that we're choosing, there are a couple of modifications where you can bend the knees, etc. But essentially it's intermediate to advanced. You're going to need a soft exercise board and you're going to need a set of weights. Those weights can be anything from ½ kilo up to about 2–2.5 kilos, depending on your strength levels and experience. So let's have a quick reminder of those Pilates principles. Knees, hips and heels always in line. Remember, the pelvis is in neutral, or for some moves we're in imprint. Whatever you do, of course, you're never going to arch your back, are you? Because you're going to keep the core muscles switched on and the pelvic floor zipped up. Remember to keep the rib cage down, maintain that centering connection all the way through with hollowing out the tummy muscles. Keep the shoulders rolled back and away from the ears, lengthening up through the back of the neck all the time. Let's get a sense of balance. Shift your weight around a couple of times. Acknowledge the floor and acknowledge the feet pressing into the floor as you settle your weight evenly. And then finally we'll go through the breathing. Let's just set the breathing into practice. Remember, we're taking the air into our chest. Close the eyes if you find that's useful. Remember to keep the core muscles engaged. We'll breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. As you breathe in through the nose, remember to inflate the chest. Feel the ribs expand gently underneath the arms. As you breathe out, they melt back down. Just take a moment to acknowledge that breathing pattern. Try and maintain that throughout the class. Okay, opening the eyes. We're going to do a couple of big breaths. We'll bend the knees and sweep the arms up. Big breath in. And breathe out, drop the arms. And a twist on this time. Big breath in, sweep up. As you breathe out, twist around to the right, drop your hands around your hips, look over your shoulder, think of a corkscrew. Twisting and lifting to the sky. Back to the front. Let's do the same to the other side. Big breath in. And twist as you breathe out. Looking over the other shoulder. And back to the front. A little bit of stabilizing move now. We're going to big breath in and sweep up. Same again. As you breathe out, connect underneath the shoulder blades and draw the shoulder blades and the arms down. We're going to breathe in to reach over to the right. As you breathe out, I want you to look down to the floor, gently stretching through the neck muscles. Keep the core muscles switched on. Breathe in, lift up, but are those shoulders still maintained down? And breathe out to release down. Other side, big breath in. Breathe out, drop the shoulders, make that connection. Left side, breathe in and breathe out. Core muscles in, breathe in, lift up. And breathe out to release. We'll do it each side once more. Big breath in. Connect the shoulders. Keep them down. Breathe in right. And look down to breathe out. Core muscles in. Sweep up, lift up. Keep the shoulders stabilized. And breathe out. Last time then, breathe in. And out. Left side, breathe in. Look down, breathe out. Core muscles in, lift up, stabilize and release. Okay, roll those shoulders a couple of times. We're going to go into a balance now. It's called the 3-point balance. Can be quite tricky. There's a knee bend in there, so if you don't want to do the knee bend, then simply leave it out. Let's plug one foot into the floor, lengthen up, switch on, focus the eyes. Let's hover the other leg and take the fingers to point. Settle yourself here. If you're a little on the wobbly side, then feel free to stay here. You can rest the foot on your shin if you need to. Alternatively, stretch that leg forward without touching the floor and bend the supporting knee. Bring it back. Same out to the side. Keep staring those eyes. Keep the core muscles switched on. Same to behind you. Bend the knee. Toe reaches back, but it doesn't necessarily touch the floor. Same again. Forward, side, and back. Keep breathing, keep the core muscles switched on. And release down. Give that leg a little shake. It's quite tough, I know. Challenge yourself. Let's plug the other foot into the floor, lengthen up, switch on. Focus the eyes. Fingers in point, float the leg. Remember, you can just stay in a simple balance if that's more suitable for you. So bend the supporting knee, reach that toe, those toes forwards. You're not necessarily touching the floor. To the side and behind you. Focus that gaze, remember. Keep breathing, same through again. Core muscles switched on, that will help your balance. Keep the shoulders down. Hang in there. And settle, well done. Give the legs a little shake. So we're going to go towards the back end of our mat now. Do a few roll downs. So heels underneath the hips, and that will bring us down to the floor. So plain roll downs to start with. Heels under the hips, core muscles switched on. Breathe in at the top. Exhale. Drop the chin to the chest, drop the arms and shoulders forwards. Relax the arms, of course. Fingers dropping towards the floor, tummy scooped up. Going over as far as your body will allow. Remember, you can bend the knees, of course, if they feel a little tight as we warm up. And don't worry if you can't reach the floor. Let's restack. Keep the tummy scooped up, rebuilding the spine like pieces of Lego, one vertebrae at a time. Drop the shoulders down, head up last, breathe in at the top. Exhale, chin to chest. Same again. Drop the arms and shoulders forwards. Keep the tummy scooped, remember. Relax the arms. Smoothly down, visualizing this length coming through the spine, and restack. Imagine the space and the gaps in between the spine as you fold over, and then closing down as you rebuild. We'll do one more plane. Breathe in at the top. Exhale, chin to chest. Keep the tummy scooped. Rolling down to the front. Warming up the spine, allowing the mind and the spine time to connect and communicate. So when we come back up this time, we're going to go over to a side roll. So left arm over to right, keep your hips in the centre. Slowly lower yourself down. Use your core, briefly look between the legs and restack in the centre. Do each side twice. Let's go right arm over to left this time. Keep it smooth, core muscles in. Briefly look between the legs, make sure the tummy is scooped to restack. Left arm over to right. Turn at the last moment. Lower down, stay in control. Look between the legs for a moment and restack. Core muscles working all the way through. Right arm over to left, this time we will not come back up. Keep breathing. Breathe into the chest, remember. Okay, taking hands and knees down to the floor. We're going to go into a version of tabletop. We're going to use the legs mainly. So hands directly underneath the shoulders and knees directly underneath the hips. So make sure your bottom's tucked under as well, so the back is nice and straight. We're going to lengthen out the left leg to start with. Point it behind you without altering the rest of the body. Bring it back in. Now send it out on a back diagonal and bring it back in. That leg is going to go back and diagonal. Core muscles in. Breathe out to lengthen the leg. Breathe in to bring it back. Here's your add-on. Opposite arm, so the right arm is going to lengthen out with the shoulders away from the ears whilst the leg continues to work. One more then. And gently come down. Before we do the other side, we're going to do a stretch called thread the needle. So from all fours, the leg you've just worked, the left leg, doesn't have to, stretch out to the left. The right arm that you were supported by is going to reach through, take the back of the hand, the shoulder and ear to the floor. That right arm can drop behind your back. Encouraging a twist, stretching out through that leg we've just worked. Let's go to the other side then. So on all fours again, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, tuck the bottom under a fraction, lengthen through the spine, lengthen the right leg, and in and diagonal. Of course you can stay with this move, you don't have to add on with the opposite arm, but it does increase the challenge. Remember, nothing else should move, just that leg. Breathing out to extend, breathing in to return. One more time then. And release down. And then we've got our thread the needle again. So the leg that was just working is going to go out to the side. Press your left hand into the floor. The right arm is going to thread through. Back of the hand, shoulder and ear to the floor. And then the left arm will drop behind your back to encourage the twist through the waist and the chest. Gently bring yourselves back up. We're going to go on our backs now. So lying down on your back, we're going to do the 100 with the ball if you want. Bent leg is always going to be an easier version. I'm going to show you the straight leg version. So my back's going to be in imprint, which is where I'd like you to be as well, unless of course you're using the bent leg version. Head and shoulders are going to be lifted. If you prefer to lay flat, that's absolutely fine. Just use your pillow. And the hands are reaching, fingers pointing, reaching, and we're going to turn those leg arms over. Each count of 5, drop the legs, each count of 10 to 50, and then come back up each count till we get to 100. Remember to sniff and blow, core muscles in, getting ready after 3, 2, 1. Sniff, 2, 3, 4, 5, blow, 2, 4, 5. Sniff, 2, 3, 4, 5, blow, 2, 3, 4, 20. In, 2, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 30. Sniff, 2, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 40. In, 2, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 50. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 4, 60. In, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, 4, 70. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 80. In, 2, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 90. Last set. 4, 5 and 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Hug the legs into the chest and melt down. Super. Take that ball away for the moment. We're going to stay on our backs. We're going to do some obliques. Bring the waist into action. So, opposite arm to leg. Breathe in to prepare as you breathe out and twist. As one leg comes up, the other leg goes down. Keep your bottom glued to the floor. The shoulders will walk from one side to the other. So this is your lower level. Keep breathing all the way through. The next level up. Straighten the leg and don't touch the floor each time. I've got another level for you now. 1, 2, 3. Lift and lower the straight leg. And again, 1, 2, 3. Lift and lower the straight leg. Keep going. 1, 2, 3. Lift and lower. Keep that back glued to the floor. 1, 2, 3. Keep elbow to knee. 1, 2, 3. And again. 1, 2, 3. Keep the head and shoulders lifted. One more time. And hug those legs into the chest. Rest your head and shoulders down. Gently rock from side to side just to loosen out through the back. And then we'll stretch long. Next we've got our back extension. So I'd like you to roll over onto your front. Forehead on a pillow or onto the floor, completely up to you. Elbows nice and wide out to the side, fingers pointing forwards, and your legs are long. We're going to do the seesaw back extension, which means you use your upper body and then you use your lower. So chin tucked under, core muscles are switched on. Breathe in to prepare. As you breathe out, slide the shoulders away from the ears, tighten into the lower back and float the chest. Keep the chin tucked under. Breathe in to go down, this time lower half of the body. Exhale, tighten, lengthen, the legs will float. Squeeze your bottom. Breathe in, melt down, upper body. Breathe out, slide the shoulders, float. Breathe in, melt down. Breathe out, lower body. Squeeze, keep the shoulders relaxed. Lengthen the legs. Breathe in, melt down. Keep the belly button zipped up all the way through. Keep breathing all the way through. Of course you can float those arms and extend them if you feel it's suitable for you. I prefer to keep my arms down on the floor with this one, but you can take it up a notch if you prefer. Belly button zipped up. Legs are relaxed while the upper body's doing their part. Upper body and shoulders relaxed as the lower body does their part. We'll do one more with each end of the body. Back of the neck nice and long, remember. And bring yourself up onto all fours. Let's do a cat stretch. Tuck your bottom under. Press the hands away into the floor. Lengthen through the spine. And then push your bottom back to your heels so you can stretch around the shoulders as well, creeping those hands as far forward as you possibly can. Okay, coming back onto your knees now, we're going to do a kneeling zigzag side kick combo. You'll see what I mean when we get there. So starting off in the traditional kneeling side kick position, so stretch the leg out, take the hand to the floor. You're going to stretch your arm overhead. Keep the core muscles switched on. Now, lifting the upper body up, you're going to turn to face that outstretched legs and zigzag. So the hand you're leaning on is going to reach for the toes. Go back. So I've got my left leg outstretched. So my right arm is reaching to my left foot each time. Core muscles in. Use those core muscles to lift you up. A little add-on for you if you wish. Raise the left leg. And reach. Raise the left leg. One more add-on for you, building up through the levels. Raise the leg. Put it down, press in. Bring that right foot forwards and take it back. Sweep over, reach for the toes. Keep breathing, leg lifts, right foot forward. And again, 2 more times. Of course, if you don't want to do the add-ons, you don't have to. Lift the leg, right foot forward. One more time. Lift the leg, and right foot forward. Super. Bring yourself back in. We're going to stay on our knees and we're going to do round the world. So grab your weights for me. Kneeling up, if you're not happy kneeling, by all means you can stand, or you can kneel back down, or even come to your bottom if you prefer. If you are kneeling up like I am, squeeze your bottom to support the back. Core muscles are in, shoulders drawn down, weights in front of you. Palm facing the face to start with. I'm going to take the arms out, press up, touch them together, so long as the shoulders are stabilised, and then bring them back down. Keep the hands above the elbows at all times. Keep the core muscles switched on. Keep your bottom squeezing if you're in this position. Remember, the elbows do not come lower than your chest when they come back down. We're working the chest as you bring the elbows together. Back as we take the arms out. And shoulders and triceps as we press above. 2 more plain ones like this, then we're going to do individual arms. Okay, just the right arm this time then. 4 times. Try not to let that left arm drop, hold it there. Think of the coordination. That's 2, we're halfway through with this arm. And that's 4. Left arm this time. Keep the shoulder away from the ear. Maintain the position of the right arm. Core muscles in. 2 more. Last one. And release. Well done. Pop those weights down out of the way. We will use them once more. Give your shoulders and arms a little stretch and roll. So we need to do that kneeling side kick, the zigzag side kick to the other side. So you're going to shift over very slightly to the left of the mat, not very far though. That initial side kick position, stretch the leg out, hand to the floor, other hand goes overhead, and we zigzag. So it's the left hand that goes to the right toes, and down. And down. And again. Turning to face the leg, touching the fingers to the foot, adding on now if you wish, lifting that right leg. Windmilling over with that zigzag arm. And of course one more add-on, press down with the foot, take that left leg forwards. Windmill over, lift the leg, leg forwards. Core muscles in, of course, supporting all the way through, strong arms. 2 more times. And release down. Well done. Good one, that one. Okay, we're going to go into rolling ball next. I've got a little add-on for the rolling ball as well. I like to fold my mat up when I do rolling ball. If you're not happy about doing rolling ball, as always, please do bridge instead. Any of the versions of bridge where you're peeling the spine up off the floor, rolling it back down, and of course you can use your ball between your knees to make sure those legs stay in place. But otherwise, rolling ball, got a little extension for you as well if you want to. Remember, you're trying to curl the spine, trying to stretch it out as much as you possibly can. Use your core as your centre of balance. So just balancing the toes off the floor, nice and straight through the back. Initiate by sinking into your lower back. Breathe in, sink down, roll back, lift the hips, and roll forwards and balance. Breathe in to go back, breathe out to roll forwards. Try and balance and keep it smooth. Here's your add-on. We'll roll back, we'll roll forwards, balance, straighten the legs, and down. Stay tall on those sitting bones, and straighten the legs. Keep the shoulders down, core muscles doing all of the work. Couple more times. Last one. Super, and pop the feet down. Well done. We're going to go into toe turnout drop and circles. Nice long name for a move that works the hips. You might want to use your pillow for this one. So, laying on our backs, back is flat. So tilt the pelvis backwards, imprint that spine into the floor, and keep that back where it is. The hands can support on the floor. If you're a little bit stronger, maybe you can turn the palms upwards. Chin tucked under to keep the back of the neck nice and long. We're going to bend the right leg, lengthen the left leg up to the ceiling. Now I want you to turn the leg out. So the knee is pointing out on a diagonal as far as you can go. And this ignites the inside of the leg as well. So we're going to drop and lift 5 times. We're going to circle big and wide 5 times. Keep breathing and keep that back glued to the floor. Keep the toes pointing all the time. Breathe in to drop. Don't touch the floor. Breathe out to lift. That's 1. And again. Keep the leg turned out. 2. Back flat. 3. Breathe in. 4. Last one. 5. Circle out to the side for 5. All the way round. 4. Keep that back flat. 3. 2. Relax the shoulders. And 1. Other way. 1. 2. Keep the leg turned out. 3. This is where you might want to bend the knee if it's too much. 4. And 5. Hug that leg in. Circle the foot around just to release the tension. Let's do the other side then. Back flat, remember. Leg turned out. Getting ready to lower and lift 5 times. Breathe in to lower. Do not touch the floor. Breathe out to lift. Keep that back flat. 2. 3. 4. 5. Circle out to the side. 1. Keep the leg turned out. Back flat. 2. Keep breathing. 3. 4. And 5. Ready to go the other way. Drop it down and out. 1. Keep the back flat. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Bring the leg in, hug in and circle round. That's opened up those hips, I bet. So we're going into the lawnmower series now. Bring yourself up onto your knees. You'll need your ball for this one. This is one of my favourites. It's called the lawnmower. And basically you roll the ball forwards and back in, use your core muscles. You come almost into a plank position and you use your core muscles to draw you back again. We're going to do it on our fronts to start with. Rolling forwards, levelling out with the body. Use your core muscles to pull you back. Notice how the elbows do not go in front of the shoulders. So think of that plank position on the ball. You need your ball fairly pumped up for this one to work well. The further you start with that ball in front of you, the further you'll be able to roll forwards. But whatever you do, don't allow your back to arch. Don't let that back sag. Keep the core muscles zipped up, nice and strong. This one is also very good for shoulder stabilization. All those little movements through the shoulders as you're balancing on the ball, doing wonders for your shoulder joint. Keep breathing, using your core muscles to pull you back. We'll make this the last one. And come back, rest your bottom down for a moment. And we're going to go on to our side. So, you need to sit down on your bottom, on your right hand side, with your knee pointing forwards. Just make sure you've got some space because we're going to lengthen that leg out. Hand on the ball, other hand behind the ear. If you need this hand for a little bit more security, absolutely fine. We're going to roll out and roll back in. Core muscles in, rolling the ball along the arm and drawing it back. Why is that leg stretched out like so? I'll show you why. We're going to add that on if you want to. So keep the core muscles in, keep the waist working, add on with that leg extension. Again, good for the shoulder. As you balance yourself on the ball, we'll do 2 more. Whether you do that leg extension is completely up to you, of course. Okay, and come back. Let's do the other side. So, it's important that bottom knee that you're supporting on is pointing forwards. Okay. Rolling the ball, fingers to the ear, unless you need them somewhere else. Rolling the ball to start with. Working through the waist, stabilizing the shoulder. you want to add the leg on, the leg extension. As you roll, lift the leg. Keep breathing, core muscles in, still working the waist. We've got 2 more. Last one. And come in. Okay, pop that ball to the side. Let's do some butterfly knees, just to stretch out through those hips a little bit. Bring the feet together, walk your bottom close to your heels, press those knees out. Try not to strain through the shoulders with this one. Try and keep the shoulders down, not too much tension, but press the knees out. Some of you might be able to connect elbows and thighs to press down, but don't let yourself stress through the upper body to make that happen. Squeeze your bottom and wriggle those knees down. Okay, give those legs a little shake. We're going to go into roll up now and the bicep and tricep work. So grab your weights. You're going to sit towards the front end of your mat. You do travel backwards a little bit with this one, so beware. So knees can be bent or straight, completely up to you. We're going to take a hold of the weights. We're going to do 3 bicep curls on each side, and then when we sit tall, we will do 3 tricep extensions. Okay, so core muscles in, breathe in at the top as you exhale. Tuck your bottom under, slowly hollow out and curl yourself back to a level that suits you, that you can maintain for 3, 2, and 1. Curling yourself forwards, pressing the arms back. 2, and 3. And sink, curl, and 3, 2, hollow out the tummy, 1, come forwards, press back for 3, 2, and 1. Let's keep going. Sink down. How far can you roll back and hold it for 3, 2, keep the heels down, and 1, coming forwards, press back for 3, keep those elbows high, 2, and 1, and again, a few more sets. Sink back, curling back, hollowing out, 3, 2, hollow the tummy, and 1, come forwards, lean forwards, and press, 3, 2, 1. 2 more sets. Sink back, hollow out, stretching out through that lower back as we do this, 3, 2, and 1. Coming forward, use your core muscles and press back, 3, 2, and 1. One more time, last ones now. Sink back, hollow out, 3 bicep curls, 2 bicep curls, 1 bicep curl. Use your core, bring yourself forwards and press back. Elbows high, 3, 2, and 1. Well done, everyone. Let's pop those weights down. We're going to stretch through the shoulders now. I'm going to turn my back for this one so you can see it properly. Take the left hand behind, grab a hold and pull to the right, also tipping the head to the right as well. Nice long stretch through the neck, through the shoulder. And then we'll stretch through the triceps as well. They've done a lot of work today supporting your weight on those moves. The plank style moves, the kneeling side kick type moves. So you're just pushing back or pulling back, whichever suits. Lovely, let's do the other side. So take a hold of the other hand, pull it across, tip the head in the same direction to fully stretch through the neck and the shoulder. And then stretching through the tricep, the arm goes up, drop the hand, push back from in front, or if you're able, you can pull back from behind the head. Give those arms a nice long stretch out and a raise. Okay, sitting nice and tall, your legs do not have to be crossed. Those legs can almost be anywhere really. We're going to sway from side to side, but I'd like you to keep your bottom glued to the floor. Think about opening up between ribs and hips, stretching through the waist. Also stretching underneath the shoulders, so you can lift the shoulders and the rib cage up each time if you wish. One more to each side. Really trying to loosen up through the waist. Then we're going to lie on our back. We'll do a little lying twist. Use your pillow if you want to, if you find it more comfy. Then we're going to lie down. Right hand takes a hold of the outside of the left knee. Pull the left leg over to the right. Eyes and fingers reach over to the left. Keep pulling, trying to draw the lower body as far as you can over to the opposite side, whilst that left shoulder glues you down into the floor. Bring yourself back to the centre. That same knee, I want you to bring it in towards the body. Stretch the other leg down long. Circle that foot around a few times in each direction. Let's bring the right leg over to the left then. Watch the right arm and eyes reach over to the right. Keep pulling, stretching. Both halves of the body going in opposite directions. Gently bring yourself back to the centre. Hug that left leg into the chest and stretch the other one away just to stretch through the hip flexor, and you can rotate through that foot. That'll release some tension in that ankle. Okay, stretch long. This time we're going to roll over onto our front. So rolling onto the front, we're going to press into our arms, trying to stretch out through those abs. So the wider and further forward you take your arms, the less you come up. So pressing in, you don't have to straighten the arms, but do keep the shoulders down. As you can see, if the hands are further forwards, you don't come quite so far up. So it's up to you and your level. What we want to do is stretch underneath the rib cage, stretch into those lower abdominals, stretch a little bit, maybe in the hip flexors, depending on how high you come up. And we need to stretch through the thighs. So take your body back down, rest your forehead on the back of your right hand. Your left hand takes a hold of your foot. Bring your heel to your bottom. Push the knee away. Push the hips down into the floor, stretching through the quadriceps. And release. Let's go to the other side. Take the foot in. Heel to your bottom. Push the hips down into the floor. And release, and finally back up onto all fours. We'll do the cat stretch. So press the hands down, tuck your bottom and chin under, fully lengthen through the spine, opening out between each vertebrae. Melting down to neutral, we're going to take the hands over to one side for a wonky cat. Breathe in to lift up. Not only do you stretch your spine, you should feel an opening up down the right hand side of the body as well. Separating those ribs, stretching down into the hip. Let's go to the other side. So breathe in to draw upwards, and you should feel the stretch concentrating, opening out the rib cage and into the hip on the left. And release. Well done everyone, super work there. Do hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.